Hey Divas, I thought I'd do a very quick video. I'm going to take the rest of the day off. I need some chill and space. It's going to be with my daughter Aria, but I thought I'd do a really quick video on something I just told a client, and it's very important. And she said to me, look, she's just a six-figure diva, but she said, oh, I don't want to be like another, one of those healers online that's all about making money. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Hey, Michelle. I was just saying I'm going to take today off, but a little bit under the weather. But so I don't want to be like a healer, like everyone making money, because I told her to go and do this new process, like a teacher training and all this stuff. And she's like, oh, but I don't want to do this. And, I don't want to be teaching like, women to make money online. And I'm like, why not? So she's focusing on what she doesn't want. And it's just completely, going to hold her back. She needs to choose what she wants and how she wants to do it from a place of ethics. There's absolutely nothing wrong with teaching women how to earn divine compensation for their incredible work. The whole pullback energy and all the story and all the bullshit, it's bullshit. It's just completely actually crucifying to women on the planet. It is something that I will not stand for. So I said to her, I said, look, can I give you my honest feedback? I'm like, stop with the story. Stop with the drama. Stop buying into social conformity. Stop buying into the sisterhood wound. You're a priestess. You're a healer. My client, Ania, who made 200 grand really quickly, selling a teacher training. Do you think she listened to every single thing that I told her to do? Every single thing. She listened to my healing, divine theater healing meditations, the copy, the positioning, the offers, the sales, the structure. She just applied it all. And there was none of this like, actually this woman just, thanks for kicking me up my ass. And I said, well, that's what you paid me for. Otherwise, I'm stealing from you. I'm pretending like what? I call myself an activator. I'm here to lead. I'm here to lead. I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm going to bloody well say the truth. And the truth is, if I like hearing women go on and on about money and the drama they have over it and the guilt and the shame, you know what? I'm bored. I'm so bored. I am bored and over it, and I will not stand for the saga, the perpetuation of this toxic. It's like, can you come to me when you're ready to actually build an empire, when you're ready to serve, when you're ready to shine, when you're ready to show up, when you're ready to make serious money online, actually serving people. We're not talking about greed. We're not talking about causing suffering on the planet. We're not talking about, we should be more involved in politics, where we actually have a voice, where we actually have the money and the fortitude and the resilience and the voice and the health and the well-being and the capital to actually take a minute off your business to focus on creating social change on the planet. I am so over talking to people at this small-minded, toxic vibration, honestly. So my message today is wise up, stop. Come to me when you can bring a calculator and you're going to work out how you can serve the next 100 students. Come to me when you're ready, like there, okay? Demiliza, preach Ingrid, thank you. Come to me when you work, you're like, Ingrid, how do I make my next 100 grand? How do I make my next 500 grand? How do I make my next million? Energetically, strategically, what do I need to learn? And stop worrying about what everybody else is doing online. I had this woman reach out to me today wanting to friend me. I already have 5,000 friends. I'm always releasing people. I'm like, I'm not here to be, I'm sorry, you talk about, I thought you'd be someone that I could be friends with. I'm like, oh, sure. But what does that mean to you? Friend. I said, I'm a leader. I'm here to lead. If you want to join my free group, and then she goes, oh, she just said something to me about salesy. And I'm like, it's complete and utter projection. I haven't sold you shit. If you want to join my free group and actually get to know me, you don't know me. I said, I'm not here to be your friend because you're not my friend. You're not my friend. I'm not here to be your friend. What, friend? What's a friend? What, you're going to sit with me and talk to me about my problems? No. Most people come to me to solve a problem. What? We have heart, we have love, I help my people, I deeply care about them and their families, but I'm not here to really be your friend. I'm not here to hard sell ya. Really fucking good at what I do. Very. Want to work with me? Work with me. Don't want to work with me? Don't want to work with me. But I will not. I'm not here to just be friends. I'm here to create radical change. I'm here to really deeply ascend. I'm here to honor my word. I'm here to deliver. And I'm here to see ascension happen on this planet. I'm your friend. I know. I just get we are friends, Liz, because we live in the same fucking city and we hang out together and we go to coffee and we are friends and we work together, right? Friend. I have a few clients who have actually become my friend, but I'm not here on social media. I just don't get it. I'm not for that. And it was so hilarious. This girl, I was really having a bit of a go at her. I was like, it's just a projection. You don't know me. You don't know me for shit. I don't know you. If you want to join my group, join. I'm not trying to sell you shit. I'm not desperate for a sale. I'm like, I sell because I got a good product and I know how to sell it. And I'll keep fucking selling it every single day. I didn't talk to her like that, but I was like, I did say, it's a complete projection. Today I'm going to go, I want to be, exactly. Or they just triggered. And so what I've learned through triggering is, number one, don't take it personally. Number one, I can open that person up to that person with open arms. Don't take it personally. But I am not going to buy into, hey, gorgeous Dagmar, I'm not going to buy into, at my age, of what I've experienced in my journey. Everything from the abuse to the suffering to my own self-abuse to the journey. I love being an older woman. Woohoo! I love being an older woman because I've lived and I can see past people's stuff. I mean, we all have stuff, but it's like, I'm not buying into this. It's just, I find it quite hilarious. It's quite humorous. So what's the core message? The core message is, if you want to make more money online, you've got to actually come to peace with the fact that making money is a fucking spiritual divine blessing. Being an impoverished woman is part of the suffering of this planet. Women are here to lead. We've always been leaders. They tried to brainwash us that we don't have the power, that we're not bright enough, that we're not pretty enough, we're too young, we're too old. We're completely indoctrinated. We judge each other. We're jealous of each other. We don't need to be jealous and judge each other and ridicule each other anymore because we can make our own money, and you don't need a penis or a dick to support you financially, or whomever, or your mama or your daddy. You need to grow some lady balls and learn how to make money online in a level of love and service. What is wrong with that? It's actually the most important thing that we as leaders need to learn how to do. Because otherwise we're always going to be old and controlled by these powers that literally aren't for the whole, aren't for the collective, aren't for, put on your big girl panties, get some ovarian sort of steel power. Like, honestly, we're smarter than this. We're stronger than this. We are lady balls, right? We are just like, why do we keep going back to the same toxic stuff? It just has to end, and I believe that we can choose to change it right now. I'm never going to speak to myself that way. I'm never going to feel guilty or ashamed. It's the same in another group I am. They want the speaker motivational coach to continually talk and coddle them, Sonia says. Yeah, exactly. They are posting messages for her to hug them and contact them. And because, so with that type of energy, one of my clients recently just said, Ingrid, you're so fiercely loving. I want to call you my mama sometimes. I'm reaching out. You're like my mama. But it's the way in which you do it. Is it, are you going into this moldy-coddling where you're actually perpetuating codependency? Or are you loving and you're saying rise, and you're teaching people to stand on their own 2 feet, right? And to really, and it's this love, but it's also activating, and it's also really reflecting back that the woman or the client has their own power, right? And if you constantly model coddle, and then you can go into that thing of basically working for free, and that woman could be, I don't know her whole situation, they're able to help but ultimately make money. They're posting messages for her to hug them and contact them. Too many people need to learn to love themselves and stop relying on others to coddle them. Yeah, absolutely. And I think we can be really deeply loving, and there's many forms of it, like what's loving. Really at the end of the day, I think that you have to have, there's all different energies, and different people require different things. And if someone's in a real state of trauma, it's a very different vibration of how you would be supporting. If someone's in massive trauma, chances are they need a really incredible, loving, space holding trauma specialist. We deal with trauma in our programs, it comes up, but really what we're focused on is financial and personal ascension, and there's always healing involved in that. But really at the end of the day, a loving, caring, graceful, basically holding someone's hand through a healing process, that's one thing. That might be something that people offer, for sure. But I think when it comes to business and ascension, it's just going to be, there's certain things that people need to do in order to get to market as quickly as possible. And if you keep going around and around and around in circles, you just never get off the gate. You never really, and then you're not able to do the work that you're called to do. So I think, I can have a lot of compassion for people's fears, and I've been there, but I think what we need to do is just to be very mindful of, how we continue to perpetuate our own suffering, and then through our vibration, through our habits, through our behaviors, we then basically pass that on. Like, it's all energy, right? So we're passing that on. So my vision and my core is to ensure that everyone gets with the program to allow the abundance in, to do the best work that you've ever done, to birth that, and to make it a financially viable, conscious entity, so that it can continue to grow and continue to serve and continue to do the work that you're called to do, which is through having a viable, sustainable business. It's like it's got to, service and business go hand in hand. It's the law of economy. I mean, really. Okay, divas, that was my rant for today. Honestly, we think we've just got to really release anything that's no longer serving us anymore, to allow our lives to be just so much more juicy. It just has to be that way. Otherwise, you've always got two choices. Are you going to make it really hard for yourself, or are you going to release the patterns and the traumas and the karmic debt, the kind of cords and threads and energetic belief systems that others project onto us? Or are you going to I'm just hell to the no, release, sustainable. I mean, can you allow yourself to have a sustainable business, a sustainable life, a nourishing life in business that doesn't drain the bejesus out of you? I can assure you I've had to do so much work on myself to get there. But if you can go faster than I've gone, then I feel like I'm doing my job. So this video today is also about really inviting you to look at yourself and to look at the patterns and the belief systems that are creating suffering. What is one belief that you can release today that's perpetuating the grind? Remember, my saying is, it's okay to have the grind as long as it's a good kind. So yes, Melody, hi gorgeous. Yeah, it's just enough is enough. I've suffered from chronic health issues, chronic fatigue, chronic issues with digestion, and all sorts of illnesses that I've had in my journey due to all my trauma, due to allowing myself to be so deeply affected by other people's beliefs, hurts, pains. And as a channeler and as a mystic and as a energetic, divine, sensitive woman, I have learnt to no longer wait for, number one, anyone to save me. Number two, for someone to give me permission. and that I will choose. We are all choosing. I will choose the reality that I want to see in the physical realm. And that always starts with my relationship to myself. I was saying to a client last night, Jody, who's in the UK at the moment, and we're talking about, you know, because I'm really believing in myself now. I'm really going to do this, you know, it's a whole new energy. And I said, well, that's beautiful, because it's the only thing that no one can take from you. Having your level of personal sovereignty, personal power, self-confidence in your ability to create, to build, to support others, and then also to receive, to really be able to like really back yourself on that level. That is probably one of the most powerful new like invocations and energetic vibrations that you can hold, because it's just so aligned in, it's like you've already commanded it in. You have to start with that. You have to decide that I know enough, that I am enough, that I'm going to create this type of reality for myself. I invite you to get really laser lucid clear on what reality is that you're creating. And if you're seeing things that you don't like in your reality right now, my invitation also to you is to get really real with yourself and to see that you've created it. You've been part of there's a story that you're telling yourself that has created that reality for yourself. Any of my suffering, pretty much. I mean, I know there's childhood wounding and things like that, things that we can't kind of control from childhood. But then as an adult woman, we can have the resilience and the awareness and the responsibility to look at it, to see the patterns, to understand them, to go deeply into the subconscious, to release those patterns, to create the new reality for us now. Does that make sense? You know? So any relationship stuff, financial, health, a lot of it can be totally transformed, as you know, through doing that deeper level of inner work. And it's such a vital, important part, I think, to being a really deeply happy, empowered woman or man, really. I don't know how else to create new realities except to take radical responsibility for ourselves and to allow ourselves to crack open into the light, right? We all have shadow, we all have pain, we all have suffering, but it's sort of what we do with it. And so change your behavior and you change your thinking. Yeah, or you change your thinking and you change your behavior, or it goes both ways, doesn't it? So yeah, when I have people come, you know, to my programs, or they take a long time to get an offer down, when we've got swipe files sitting right there for them to use, it's like, you're making this way too hard for yourself. And then it would be then a belief that it is hard, you know, it's hard, or I can't do it. And so they'll go around in circles and kind of sabotage until I'm like, it's right there, just grab it, and let's get this out and get it down within, say, 24 to 48 hours, because it's basically repatterning the brain. And it isn't another behavior, like Liz said. It's another behavior. It's getting that person activated into a new way. Like, I can actually do it. I can do it quite quickly, and I can allow myself to create a new reality very quickly, and it retrains the brain and the field of energy to, yes, behave in a whole new way. So if you haven't allowed yourself to have things come quite easily and quickly, you just want to sit with yourself in a really loving way and say, what is the belief? That it has to be hard. Like, we can still carry those. We can say, oh, I kind of believe that it will be easy, or that I can manifest things quickly. But then there usually will be a counter belief, subconscious belief that's holding back that reality. So it's like a kind of push and pull, tug of war going on. So every single day I'm always doing the work to release. And I always just one really quick little prayer. And I also have a membership program, you guys, called $1 Million Diva. It's $97 a month with 2 live divine healing classes every month. So that's something you can join at any time. It's no contracts. It's bloody epic. Anyway, if you want a link to that, I can give it to you. But basically, a prayer that I always use is, dear Creator of all that is, please allow me to heal at a rapid pace. Give me the strength to see what I cannot see right now that is stopping me from receiving the divine, holy, grace, divinity, money, clients that I want to receive right now. Give me the strength to look at it, see it, feel it, and release it. in every single moment, in every single breath. I'm getting lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. I'm ascending, I'm ascending, I'm ascending. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is. You've got to command for healing. You've got to command your ascension. Because sometimes we'll have vows and threads and karmic bonds that are stopping us, like they're literally stopping us. Hi Camille, hi Lara, great to see you. That are stopping us from receiving. They're there. And so you have to command it. So asking the divine, your spirit guides, whatever you believe in, to support you for rapid divine ascension. I even ask for cellular healing. So allow my body to repair, to create radical divine healing in every moment, in every breath. When I was healing, hi gorgeouses, when I was healing I had a mass in my uterus that almost cost me my life, and they wanted to cut out my fallopian tubes because the mass had crushed my tubes. Anyway, it was a whole fucking mess. And so, it's a super moon. Oh, Angela, so beautiful. I think it's in Libra. I'm a Libra. Libra in 4 planets. So I got fierce Leo rising, but I got Libra in so many planets. And also Uranus. I always joke with my friend Rachel, up Uranus. Sorry, Uranus, that's a rude joke. Uranus is apparently one of my planets, and it makes me, I'm to go quite fast. And it's not this fast hustle energy. That's not, I just can't do things like I can't do sort of passive lethargic. And so when people come to work with me, that's what you're also buying into, because it's very, and I've actually trained myself kind of to be that way as well, because I am also a creative, and I used to be quite like scattered in my ideas. I could have a million ideas, and tons of Libra here and Virgo. Libra, yeah, lovely. And lovely Melody. And so I've had to train myself to be very focused. And so when I can literally feel like when people's energies are like, woo, you know, like going sort of off, and it's like, let's come back into this space. Are you a Libra too, Liz? Uranus planets too. I know I'm making rude comments. But one of the other things, you know, I had a lot of abuse growing up with my dad, and I used to feel really stupid. And I was, you know, I kind of like went to the university so young, and I had an IQ test, and I got this whole fucking story about it. And oh yeah, Libra. What date? I have to put it in my diary, Liz. Anyway, so when I was like really growing my business, you know, and I'd have these patterns of sabotage, like I'd make a lot of money, I'd lose money, I'd make money, I'd lose money. One of the fears, or one of the issues that I had, was when my parents went to get, I had many issues, so many issues, but when my parents went to get divorced, and they manipulated each other around money and struggles, and it was just all quite toxic, and there was a lot of manipulation even with myself and parents around money growing up. And I had a belief that I was holding on to, and I'm sharing it with you to share it so that you can look at your own beliefs around it. You might have something similar, but one of the beliefs that I had, and I was wondering, like, why do I, you know, go to America, raise capital, have a great business, then lose it? Like, I do really well and then lose things, you know? I couldn't sustain it. And it was because there was this belief that I had that money creates pain and suffering. Money is used to manipulate. And really that was, and I thought, that's how I perceived, you know, with my parents, the way that they dealt with money, with themselves, each other, and even their children. So, of course, I didn't want pain. I didn't want suffering. I didn't want to use money to manipulate and to have power over. And that's a very big distinction that I think a lot of women need to understand around power. I think even the word sometimes makes women feel uncomfortable because we relate it to the power that takes and that it abuses, sometimes subconsciously. And so to be with divine power is always it's not ego, it's loving, and it's about just being more at peace within ourselves, and then sharing that energy out into the world, but not diminishing ourselves, but also not to try to overpower and to use that power to distort or to hurt or to harm anyone. So I had to release that belief that money brings pain. And so I had to replace it with money being loving and a powerful way to not only help my own self and to give me the comfort that I need and the security, but then to go out and help others. So I'm just inviting you to sit with that for a moment and to really come to peace and say, I love money for the healing that it can bring to my life and others. I now command money in. I now am at one with the divine potent healing power that money and love and service can bring to my life and to the lives of those that I serve. Can I get an amen, sister, on that one? So that really began to release this kind of do well, stop, start energy. Just, I'm allowed to have more and build more and build more and rise and rise and rise and rise. Like a really good orgasm. It goes deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. It feels really good. It can also feel very uncomfortable. And so even in my journey of ascension, hey Kira, it's like been like, can I allow more in? Can I allow more in? Do you have lots of birds where you're at? Yes, I do. I've sort of got this property out here. I don't know if you can see. Can I allow more in from service? Amen, sister. Amen. So I've also, with Corona, there's a lot of death around, and I just wanted to mention this. A lot of death and rebirth, and a lot of beauty as well, and a lot of incredible first responders and incredible people raising money. There's so much going on that is so beautiful as well. So let's look at the beauty and praise the beauty of this time. And just during my journey with my dad, who passed about 6 months now, and it was a pretty intense journey, you know, it's made me, and I've also had my own life-death experience with that illness. And I was talking before about crushing my fallopian tubes. I didn't finish that. But I asked the doctors, they wanted to operate and take out my tubes, which would not have been good for having a child, and I wanted to have a child. I just said, give me 3 months. And every single day when I was walking up the mountain, I'd be like, with every single step, and I kept asking the plants and the energy to heal me, and I would visualize every single cell of my being, every single cell pulsing with divine light, and all the toxicity that was in my uterus and my tubes being completely to run clear. And when they had to, you know, I went back to the hospital and they dyed my tubes to make sure that they ran clear, and they were completely clear and completely healed. I still had some adhesions and scar tissue in my uterus, but I had done all that work. And anyway, I just want to talk about that. The healing power of the mind is so potent, as you all know. And it's the same with business and energy and clients. Like, this is what I teach my students. Like, the way that I bring things forward is such a vow. And the biggest vow isn't to make more money. The biggest vow is to be of service. And then going back to the death part, you know, we come in and we go out. We don't know how long that we have. And it's very fragile, you know, sometimes life, you know, very fragile and special and sacred to be here. And I want to live like I mean it. Like, I am grateful. I'm not going to be, you know, I have my fears, but, you know, I've had perpetuating anxiety during my journey due to abuse and stuff like that. But I just, you know, it's not that I don't have hard days sometimes, but, you know, this makes me emotional. But I'm not going to live like I don't mean it. Like, to be disrespectful to the journey of this, and to be so afraid. I mean, we're all going to die. Like, we keep thinking that we're going to leave our bodies. I mean, so I'm going to live like I mean it, and I'm going to fucking squeeze out all the nectar that I possibly can, and I'm not going to buy into bullshit stories and my own drama which is just going to strangle the life that I have now. I just don't want to, I'm not for that. So that's how I live my life. And most days it's like throwing myself off the deep end, into the abyss, coming here, talking to you, bearing my soul in all my shades. And to allow myself to do that. And every single thing that I've done, building funnels, webinars, offers, running masterminds, retreats, programs, I did it all with a level of fear, but I did it. And I did it and I learnt. I talk about some days I felt like I was crawling on my hands and my knees, but I never gave up. I've got people who have left dysfunctional relationships, marriages, and I've got people who've got like kids and single mums. The stories of the women that I've worked with are so incredible. And the women who show up and just do the work, and they will not allow their suffering to stop them, and they're the ones that do it. Even if it takes you a year to figure it out, it doesn't matter. 2 years, you just have to keep doing it until it like really, you embody it, and to not crucify yourself for maybe it taking longer. It doesn't matter. You will get there. You will get there. The only times we don't get there is when we quit. I'm only married still 10 years in because I didn't quit. I only have a business now that's quite strong because I didn't quit. I only have a healthy body because I didn't quit on it and tried to figure out what the fuck was going on. So we got to be strong. Gotta be strong. Okay, gorgeouses. My pleasure, Camille. Sending you guys so much love. It took me 6 years to get to 6 figures. Exactly, Angela, and you did it. Absolutely did it. Hey, Alice. You are just, and you're doing it, you're going to the next level, and you just keep, I won't quit, Carolyn says, I won't quit. I won't quit, and I command now that it become easier and quicker and faster and more loving and more juicy. I command it, I command it, I command it, I command it. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, yes. Right? Oh, yes. Yeah, right? I hope you're laughing with me. Have a good giggle. Oh, yes. I love you guys. Have a beautiful divine day. I'm sending you so much love. And Anna, or anyone who's just coming on, go back and I command it. Go back and listen to this. I love you, Kelly. We'll speak soon. Blessings, everybody.